with sponsorship, although we never get any money from them, I don't know why, but this race is sponsored by the Orange County Building Inspectors, who a few years ago came out here and found a couple of things they didn't like, and they started slapping these red tags all over everything. You've seen them on, abandoned houses and whatnot. It says this building not suitable for human occupation or whatever it is like that. They had slapped these things all over the speedway here. They said the grandstands were unsafe, the tower was unsafe, the sidewalks were unsafe, everything was unsafe. Even though we went and checked a few of the county-run facilities like the Little League parks and whatnot, and they were about falling down. So we had a little fun with that, got a little media attention. And in the first week we were able to open back up again after we had satisfied all their little intricacies and paid a few fines to help pay the county commissioners and a few other people. We managed to get a hold of a few of those red tags they put up all around the racetrack. We slapped them on all the bomber cars and had a special race, and since then it's just been a tradition. So again, we present the Bomber Red Tag Race tonight. And we found some fresh red tags downstairs at the office, and I think about every one of the bombers has a fresh red tag on it tonight. To us tonight, and some folks have been wanting to know a few things, and we'll try to explain this as we can. That gentleman up here wanted to know how we line up the races. The races are basically lined up by a draw. They draw a number in the pits as they check in. Now this particular class, Doug Samion in the 09. Lee Wagner's in the 17. Gary Vivian, a car that did not qualify earlier. Be in the 90. Also Richard Clouser in the 8th. And the 17X of Bruce Gayton making up a 22-car field tonight, going 30 laps the distance. It's time to go racing. Bomber style race fans are out at turn number 4 looking for the green flag. Starter Gary Lake waves it. We're underway. Glenn Castro grabs the early advantage. Chad Pearson head-to-head make a move. Crawford, the fast qualifiers, picked up a spot already. He runs in 5th, and then behind him is a war back there. Greg Gillespie sliding up a bit high off the corner. Everybody doing their best just to hang on here in the early laps. George Spears getting kicked up the racetrack. Ooh, watch it out of the back of the pack. They were 3, almost 4 wide over there for a minute. Richard Clouser trying to work his way through the field. Up front, it is still the 13 car. Lucky 13 for Glenn Castro trying to hold him off here. Mark Scherer got around Jeff Crawford again, took over the 4th spot. Again, as we said, qualifying a lot of times doesn't really lend itself to how they're going to run in the race. Crawford, though, is able to get back around Scherer as he went way up the racetrack. And Scherer's going to lose some more spots to that 0 as Butch Pierce moves up into the top 5 of the 22, and Mike Templer's right behind him. Good run so far. Chad Pierce has got room on the inside out of turn 2. Not quite enough, though, to get around Castro. They continue to fight it out here. Chad Pierce almost being forced to go to that outside groove that time. Castro slowed the pace just a little bit in the last lap or so. Black flag out on Bruce Gayton in the 17X. This car continues to have that smoking call. Now we got a challenge for second. Chad Head in the 14, making a move to the inside of Chad Pierce. Cuts in behind the 13 of Glenn Castro. And Chad Pierce forced to the outside groove. As Crawford Templer now getting around Chad. Chad Pierce's dad, Butch, picks up the 5th spot. Templer on the charge. He is not one for qualifying before when he gets to race time. And we got a caution. A couple of cars blocking orange here in the corner. Rich Gillespie in the 46. Willie Wagner just went down through the lake there at turn 4. Gillespie in the 46 and Kenny Wilson in the 84 are the ones that got knotted up over there. Peters will go off from 8th as we look from turn 3 here. Get the green. We're back underway. And Jeff Wright is up 50, unable to come up to speed. Now gets it rolling, but he's way at the back of the pack. Chad Pierce back up to 2nd and they back up in the corner. Oh, watch it. Yellow flag coming out. Little red tap from Ted Head. Got Chad turned around over there. Right, so hopefully next time you come out we'll have some for you. Green flag is back out. We're underway. Glenn Castro has led it all the way so far. We've got a long way to go yet. Jeff Crawford cuts in behind him. Again, Jeff Wright having problems with that 50 car. He's way at the back now. Here's Crawford. He's not going to waste any time. He works to the outside of Pepler has made a big charge in the 81 car. He is outside the leader, Jeff Crawford. Ron Adams and then Mopar running third, and Rich Clouser in the 8th. Green out of Jeff Wright in the 50. The car really just will not go into gear. Finally it does, and he finds himself way at the back. Yellow coming back out, yellow out again, and we'll get the reason for that here in a moment. Better welding technique next time. All right, ready to go. Crawford, Pepler, and the green back out. Look at Ron Adams in the 18. And check who is trying to take over fourth again. Chad Pierce in the 57. Who was running up front earlier and got knocked out of the way, and he's right back into it. Ron Adams in the 18 dropping back a bit now. He's got a host of machines looking to try to get around him. Chad Pierce in the 57 and his dad Butch in the 22. Fighting out for fourth and fifth. Crawford maintaining the distance now. He's actually pulled away a little bit from Pepler. Both of those cars pull away from the rest of the field. Crawford was sort of a new leaf on life here since that restart. His car seems to go away a little bit after a few laps while Pepler's gets a little bit better, so that could make things interesting about Pepler already. Trying to close it again. Meanwhile, Butch Pierce inside son Chad trying to retake fourth. All of a sudden up into the mix comes Gary Vivian in the 90. Vivian, who started way in the back, he gets clobbered back in by Ted. Ed keeps going though. Lead battle up front, Crawford and Pepler going at it here. Ooh, watch it here, Bronze and Butch Pierce gets moving sideways. And we got a challenge and a pass for the lead. Mike Pepler down the back straightaway takes over the top spot. Mike Pepler in the 81, leading the way now over Jeff Crawford. Ron Adams still third, Chad Pierce fourth. Gary Vivian is all of a sudden coming to fifth. Kid head back to the sixth spot now as Butch Pierce slides up to the high groove and back a couple of positions. Chad Pierce trying to close in on Adams again for that third spot. And Gary Vivian and Ted Head battle it out for that fifth position. 2 to go, signal is out in a red tag race. 2 to go. Mark Scherer off the pace of the 0 dropping to the back of the field. Ted Head just took over fifth. Chad Pierce off the pace. Yeah, he loses a wheel going into 3, and they're going to stack him up over there. Here comes the tire, bouncing down. Is it going to go in the lake? Oh yeah, it did. That slowed it down in a hurry. Didn't fall over though, stayed right side up. Caution coming out. Good on the restarts. Crawford's has, so it could be interesting here as we get set to go. Caution going to stay out. We got a couple of cars fighting for position under the restart. All right, green back out. Pepler did a great job on that restart. Jeff Wright also managed to get his car into gear quickly, so he's on the charge. Crawford all over Pepler now as Gary Vivian has gone to third. We've got Andrew Nichols in the 66A into the wall as again Wright had some transmission trouble again in the corner. Well, you've seen the cars running first and second, and they didn't hit each other, they didn't run over each other, but they both had engine troubles. Apparently coming down with a white flag. Butch Pierce out of his car down there, and son Chad joining him in victory lane. Gary Vivian's down there, who ends up being the second place finisher. This, I believe, is the third time Butch has won this particular race. Every time it's been in a different car. Homer Gordon's down there. For Homer, this is the first time his race car has ever been in victory lane, so give Homer Gordon a big hand down there. Mike Pepler down there has made such a great charge to the front. I'm not sure if Mike Pepler didn't think the race was over. He may have thought the white flag was the checkered flag. Butch Pierce wins it over Gary Vivian. Unbelievable turn of events on that last lap.